yeah,
And okay, cool, cool.
yeah. So I mean, the business side of it is it's baseball. Baseball is if everybody's seen the game Moneyball, especially how the game has been evolving right now. That's kind of what they're getting into. Now, of course, um, higher draft picks have higher leverage, and they have a little bit more leeway in what they if they don't perform and then and stuff like that because they have more money invested into them. But then they also just kind of also have a plan for each player. It seems like, and just as an example, my 2022 year, I hit 280 with 20 home runs, 20 plus home runs, 20 plus bags. So I had a 2020 year, and I missed a month that year as well. Um, the high A season, I was in high A that whole year. The high A season is a short. It's like 2 weeks shorter than double A season, and like I said, I missed a month of the year, so my agent reached out to the front office to see, hey, like, can we get Zach up to double A to get him some more at bats since he missed some time. Um, at that point in double A, I'm play outfield, and they only had two outfielders on roster. They had a guy that kind of was like a utility guy, but wasn't really an outfielder playing the third outfield spot. And they came back with it wasn't the time for me to go up there. So that was kind of when I knew I was kind of really getting hit with the business side of it. When you have most times prospects, if you get like high draft picks, they perform for a month and a half, 2 months of the year. They usually get moved up to the next level. I was performing at a very high level for 3-4 months, and then after coming back from injury, and they just didn't give me the opportunity to. I also never got to go to big league camp either. And I would come into spring training, and players from the big league side would be kind of shocked that I wasn't over there. Maybe attempting to make the team, maybe not, but at least being over there just to see how it was and what it was like. Never got that opportunity. Coaches would come up to me and say, "Hey, man, like, why you're not in big league camp? Like, why are you in mini camp and stuff like that?" Like, I have no idea. You guys have more of that knowledge than me, but I don't know. So that was kind of more the business side of it as well. And just you always just got to play your game. You always got to just control what you can control, and that's the biggest thing. And that's what I've learned over the course of my career. So just the biggest thing is control what you can control. And at the end of the day, they kind of have what they want to do in that professional level of who they want and what they want and everything like that. So I know they're big on lefty outfield bat, and that was our number two prospect right now. He played at Oregon State. Hasn't really he's played okay. He's had average years. And he's in AAA right now, and I'm back home. That's just kind of that's just how it works. Um, so yeah, it's I can go on and on about it. There's a lot of different things that I've gone through in my career, but just to kind of keep it brief, that's a little bit of the gist of it.
Yeah, we appreciate that information there. I love when the guys get to hear the behind the scenes stuff. Last year, we had the first base coach from the Braves. I was his he was at the Mets the same time I was. He did a lot of stuff for us. He did an interview with the guys on Zoom. Then we talked privately. Oh, excuse me, an interview on Instagram in front of everybody, then privately on Zoom. So it was good stuff. It was good stuff. So anytime we get information like this, man, and it's priceless. So appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
All right, so Devin, why don't we start up top and work our way around?
My week was pretty good. I'm on spring break right now, so got a bunch of yard work done today. Training with you went really well. I feel really good about my long jumps right now, especially with like the uh yeah, feel really good about those. Got spring training coming up in next week. So really excited for that. And then I have a couple training sessions at the field this week.
Did you do any coaching?
What was that?
Did you do some coaching this week?
Coaching for what?
The
Like,
rugby team, the young guys. Are you still
oh
doing that?
no, we're off.
Oh,
We're
okay.
off this week. So yeah.
Well, since we have a guest, Zach, talk to him about that injury you went through.
Yeah, so the injury I went through was
Oh,
it was.
Zach, I was talking to Devin. I wanted
Oh,
you to hear
okay.
his
Oh,
injury.
I got you. My bad.
Yeah, no problem. It's all good. Go ahead, Devin.
So going into my sophomore year it was summer practices for football going into my sophomore year. I think it was around June. I was having really bad hip pain, so I got it checked out, and they diagnosed me with spondylolisthesis, and so I had to have spinal fusion in October, and so that set me out back about like I don't know a whole season. So I'm just now getting back into like super heavy lifting, running, training, stuff like that.
Football player, what position?
Middle linebacker.
Middle linebacker. All right. I saw him. You might have seen him. You might have seen. I don't know, but he walked in. He was a different human being, man. This kid is so much more jacked than I saw him last time. So he's putting in the work. So appreciate that. Dev, you got anything else?
No, sir.
All right. So Connor, last time
Spine
we
stuff
talked
is
to
always tough.
what's that? Go ahead, Zach.
I was just saying, spine stuff is always tough. A lot of baseball guys go through that, and you got to be patient with those because those are stuff that if it doesn't get all the way back right the way it needs to be, then it's never because that's the stability of everything.
100%, 100%. All right, we have Connor. Last time we checked, y'all, Connor was undefeated. Can't wait to hear this update. What's going on, Connor? How'd your week go? And give us some wins.
So last week was rivalry week. Our rival, they're top 5 in the state, so we split the series with them. Now we're 20-1. We're sitting at first in the region, so that's good. We're gonna get the region championship.
Nice.
So yeah, now we have So my week was good. I had good practices. I played good in the games against the rivals. And we handled business, which was good.
How'd you play?
I did all right. I was hurt for the first game, so I didn't play. But
What'd you
in the
have?
second game, I did all right.
What was the injury?
I hurt my back, but
You did?
we're all
Okay.
good now.
Okay. You said you're good now?
Yeah.
We'll dive into all that stuff deeply during this talk. Cameron's our other professional baseball player. What up, Cameron?
What's up, guys?
How's your week been? You got some wins for us?
Yeah, it's been good. I finished my book, my John Wooden book, the other day, which has been real nice.
Okay, okay. Shout that
Um,
out.
and then just been on the road past couple days, so I'm in Jacksonville, Florida right now.
Okay.
And then I'll be on my way to Texas later this week or earlier on Tuesday.
Man, sounds like you're having a good time.
Yeah, on the move, on the move.
Yeah. Cool, cool. All right. Sean's over here winning games. Let's talk about your accomplishments this week and how you played and how things went mentally and physically.
It was a pretty good week. Got quite a few wins on both the high school teams. Played pretty good. I was going through a major hitting slump early in the season, so I'm starting to see the ball a lot better at the plate, get more hits, put the baseball in play, striking out a lot less recently.
Nice.
Pitching's been solid all season for me. So physically, it was a pretty good week, and then mentally as well. Had a few rough innings on the mound just because sometimes the defense lets you down, but I was able to come back, stay strong, and just grind through the rest of the game.
How did you handle that mentally? Was there something specific that you did?
In the dugout, I tried to just remember that it's a game of failure. It's a tough sport. Things are going to happen while you're playing the sport, and then just go back and do what I'm capable of doing.
There you go. Solid, solid. Donovan, let's hear it.
My week this week was pretty good for me. Didn't really have anything bad going on. I did good on my schoolwork, did good in my sports. I've been doing pretty good. I've been lifting a lot more with my football coach, getting ready for the season and stuff. So yeah.
You said you did good in school. What's that? And you say you did good in what, practice or games? Talk to us about that.
For school, I've been pretty much acing on my tests so far. Haven't been having to worry about that. And for sports, I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing a lot better at the plate as of recently.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of RBIs and what's called got a good couple of singles and triples in there.
There you go.
So yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. How about you, Zach? You got some wins, some good stuff that happened this week?
Yeah, just been really just kind of just grinding with my swing. That was kind of the other thing too with my spring training going in. I came in hitting one way where I got there. So I got there a week before everybody got there because I was rehabbing. Had some really good at bats before all the like the head coaches was getting there, like the higher up coaches were getting up there. Came in and they just saw where my hands were and they're like, "Hey, we want you to hit like this. And if you're not hitting like this, we're not going to feed the machine. We're just gonna shut it down." So I was forced to hit a certain way, and then ultimately, yeah. So that's another side of the business side of it too. But yeah. So I feel like I'm getting back to where I need to be with that, and getting back to how my body moves and how my swing works for me, and not so much how they would want me to do it.
It sounds like this is a low key blessing for you.
Yeah. I mean, it might be. It might be. You never know, but I'm in a good place though, regardless. Because the biggest thing for me is just getting back on the field. Because I mean, the few games that I was able to play after I got hurt, and then came back in the spring training, was playing in those games was just a blast, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing for me. I just want to get back on the field and just have some fun again.
Gotcha. Good stuff. Good stuff. We appreciate that again. All right. So we got our wins in. Let's discuss this MVP process, and then we'll dive deeply. If we have time, we'll dive deeply into those the games and everything and success everybody had. MVP process. Last week we talked about the mission. Your mission statement is your personal statement of purpose. Now, this is important because again, we're doing elite level stuff here. Journaling, all the techniques you guys do, that's what they do at the top. All right. You heard Kobe talking about these type of habits and routines. That Tom Brady video I mentioned earlier to you guys, that's rock solid mindset he had, having terrible combine numbers, being, if not last, close to the last guy drafted that day. In the video, he looked Tom Kraft in the face when Tom Kraft said, "I know who you are." Tom Brady went to introduce himself to him. He looked Tom Kraft in the eyes and said, "I'm your 6th-round draft pick." And Tom Kraft goes, "I know who you are." And Brady looks him in the eyes and says, "And this is the best decision you've ever made." What level of confidence does it take to be able to say something like that to a billionaire who just had to pick somebody, so it had to be you? We had to pick somebody in the 6th round, and it just happened to be you. He looked that man right in the face and said, "It's the best decision you made," and look how it played out for him, for both of them, right? So elite mindsets like that require elite habits, right? And it starts with doing something that I promise you nobody's doing, especially at you guys' age. Nobody's doing this stuff. Coming up with your own MVP process, your mission statement. And today we're diving into your vision. All right. And I'm gonna show you a form of what this is gonna look like. You're gonna, after we go through it, I'm gonna give you guys a form. You're gonna fill it out, and it's all constantly evolving. All right, as you guys mature, as you go from whatever you are now, high school, college, middle school, high school, this thing is gonna change. It's ongoing. So begin your vision. Your vision is a list of outcomes you are after. Right? Visions have clear finish lines. When creating a personal vision, we will select vision/goals for your areas, that's a type, for your areas, for the areas of sports and school and family. That's one thing that's going to change as we go. We can add in community, in service as you guys get older. Some of you guys might be doing that stuff now, all right? But for now, we're going to focus on sports, your schools, and your family. And we'll possibly break those down into subcategories that can adjust more specifically and fit your needs at the time. All right. So let me pull up the document really quick. You can see what I'm talking about. Where is that? Specific one I want you guys to see. Is this it? Personal MVP process. Yes, this is it right here. This is like I said, when you'll see this, the categories will change. This is directed more towards a professional athlete. The one I have here. So right here. This is going to be you guys' personal MVP process. We talked about your life mission. We haven't talked about that yet, but your life mission, your life vision. He says life vision, but it's the mission life mission, I'm sorry, that we talked about, but this is it. We talked about the life mission. We just defined your vision. And here's all the different categories that we're going to incorporate right here. This is stuff that we're not going to deal with at your age yet. We're not going to worry about that. We want to change it to your sport, your academics, and your family. And if we need to come up with other, you know, categories, we'll do that. We can add in health for you guys. We can add in spirituality. That's going to be up to each individual. All right. So as you see, core principles, we haven't dove into that yet, but that's next. And definition, your definition of success and one word focus. These are all what you guys are going to be put together. And this is where it comes from right here. The Matthew Simon, this is the gentleman who invented this, came up with this process. So it's all filled in here. This is an examples. Core principles, discipline, excellence, love, trust. These are all the things that you're being introduced to now. But as you mature, it's going to continue to change. You're going to dive deeper into this stuff because you're going to have more of an understanding of it. All right. I can give you an example. Going back to the person that my particular program, the personality assessment. Gino, I sat down with Gino and his parents, if not the week, for the last weekend, the weekend before. And that talk was so much different than the first talk. Because we have the same personality. We're both water. So I know that he spends a lot of time in his head. And I told him that before. It didn't go in one ear and out the other, but he was just younger. Now he's 17. He's going to be going to college soon. And when I told him the importance of maintaining your homeostasis, maintaining your balance, that's what's going to keep you out of your head. That's what's going to keep you from worrying about the past where we beat ourselves up, we get down on ourselves. That's what's going to keep you from worrying about the future where we get anxious. He knows what he has to do to maintain that homeostasis. I had to remind him, right? And his dad came up to me afterwards and said, man, I learned so much about my son, about his thinking process and everything from the personality assessment. And again, we did it before. We all three did it before. It was pretty good, but this was taking in the coaching, the therapist realm. It's all about pulling away the layers of the onion to get to the core of the issue. And we took a big step forward doing that. And I'm saying that just because how as he matured, he understood it more. That's what's going to happen here. You guys are young in your lives, but we're still going to come up with your life mission, your life vision, and it's going to change as we go. All right. So again, I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna bring back the agenda. Where is that? Got that right here. All right. So again, let's want to talk about that vision one more time. Your vision is a list of outcomes. So this is what you guys are going to work on this week. I'm assuming most of you guys probably didn't work on the mission last week. If anybody did work on their mission last week, great job. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you worked on your mission. It's all in on the website. It's all in the community website. All right, it's all there. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the group chat on the website so you guys can check it out. Start working on your mission. All right. Again, put it in the chat if you took action on that. Begin your vision. Your vision is a list of outcomes you're after. Visions have clear finish lines when creating your personal vision. We will select visions goals for the areas of sports, school, and family. So think about that. I'll send you more specific information on the vision in the website as well. So, all right. Then we have, I said, I'm not too worried about weekly goals. We have this consistency goal challenge I put together, and I want to share it with you guys and see if this is something that we can do as a unit, as a group. All right. So let me minimize, stop sharing this again. Where is it? Okay, right here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right here. You got let me know. You guys see it? 4-week consistency GOAT challenge. Y'all see it, right? Somebody let me know.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, cool. So this is what I'm proposing over the next 4 weeks. All right. Become the greatest version of you one day at a time. The week consistency GOAT challenge. Week number 1, you lock in. Move for 30 minutes daily. This is stuff you guys already do. But instead of just jumping out the bed in the morning, you guys all have routines that you learn. Why don't you just go ahead and stretch a little bit? If you're doing push-ups already, that's fine. If you're doing some type of movement already, you're already doing this, so don't worry about it. But lock in, get moving early and often. Write one thing you're proud of and one thing you want to improve. Own it. Own it. One thing you're proud of, all right? One thing you're proud of. And I think it would be even better. I'm gonna change this. One thing you're grateful for. So show some gratitude early in the morning. No better way to start the day than showing some gratitude. All right. So write down one thing you're grateful for and one thing you want to improve on. We already talked about that. And like I said, own it. Say one affirmation each morning. That's something we do anyway. In the week with a 5-minute reflection, we do that as well. This is stuff that start, stop, and continue, right? Things I need to start doing, things I need to stop doing, things I need to continue doing. If you got away from it, this 4 weeks is a great refresher for everybody. All right. Then week 2, we start to double down. We increase our training intensity or focus with sprints. This is just examples, right? Sprints, lifts, skill work, stuff you guys are already doing anyway. Just pick up the intensity a little bit. Track water intake. That would be great. Track your water intake, or one clean habit like sleep or no junk food. One clean habit for that second week. Shut down the junk food. Make sure you get the 8 hours of sleep or the 6 to 8, whatever your schedule permits. All right. Add visualization. I know some of us are doing this 2 to 5 minutes before practice or workout. That should be somebody's routine, right? Some of you guys' routine already. Reflect on what made you feel your best this week. Again, start, stop, continue. Like mental lock in. Limit distractions on week 3. Set one daily focus zone. No phone, no scrolling, no video games, whatever you can do for a solid week. Journal your wins and setbacks daily. Start, stop, continue. Many of you guys are already doing that. Now we're going to use 3 affirmations to match your goals. 3 affirmations that match your goals. Record a 1-minute video to the future you, what you're working towards. I really like that one. Record a 1-minute video to the future you, what you're working towards. That's good stuff. And then week 4, we're in GOAT mode. We're going to combine the physical and mental work every day. Move and mindset, stuff we do anyway. Take the cold shower. I know we're doing that. We take our cold showers. I'm still doing it. Hopefully you guys are still doing it. Breath work, that's part of the program. Teach and encourage someone else in your circle. That's a big one. That's what I want you guys to do with your teammates. And maybe, your little brother or sister as well. That will work too. But somebody in your circle, somebody on that team, that can need a little help on the mindset perspective, or maybe something physical you can help them with. But on that week 4, that's what GOATs do. Teach and encourage someone in your circle. Final reflection: how have you grown? What's next? All right. This is what I want to take on for the next 4 weeks. We have the habit tracker right down here. Move, own it, affirm. You just check off everything as you do it. All right. So again, this is stuff that we pretty much already do, but it's presented in a way where you can have that laser focus that you need. To say you got away from your affirmations, say you got away from your cold showers. This is the time to have that laser focus to get back to this and see how it affects you in a positive way. We all know it will in that 4 weeks. But I don't want to sit here and, we tried a challenge before and it was absolutely garbage. Nobody did anything. So I want to know now, Emmett? Oh, Emmett, what up, Emmett? Emmett joined us. Good stuff. And I see somebody in the chat. They gave a thumbs up. Cameron, of course, Cameron got that taken care of course, that. Cameron, can you tell us what your mission statement is, your mission is so far?
Yeah, I got y'all. What I wrote down was I train with my own initiative to build my conditioning and confidence. I believe in competing with self-control to enhance friendships and team spirit.
Nice, I like that. That's good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff. So I'm looking forward to what your vision might be moving forward. Emmett just rolled in, guys. So I'm gonna let Emmett talk real quick. Emmett, what's up?
What's up, coach?
How you been?
I've been good.
Been good, been good.
Yeah,
We gotta get back on. I missed you the last couple of weeks. We gotta get back on track. Can you
yeah.
give us a update of how's things going academically and practice wise, games and stuff?
First game. Academically, we're doing better academically. Season starts tomorrow. Tomorrow's first game. Hopefully, it doesn't get rained out.
Mm,
They're talking about tornado warnings and stuff. So,
wow. Well, hopefully
but
things work out for you. How's the mindset with practice and games?
it's going pretty well. I expect a lot of myself this year.
Shout out, shout out. I like it, I like it. I have Devin. Well, we can talk briefly on here, but I have to. Devin will dive a little deeper, but we can catch up once the call's over. All right, so don't hang up. We can just
All
catch
right,
up real quick, so don't hang up.
all right.
But good to see you here. All right, so what do you guys? You can type it, you can say it. Well, let's say this: if you're down for the 4 week challenge, give me a thumbs up in the chat. All right, let's keep it simple. If you're down for the 4 week challenge, give me a thumbs up in the chat. I'll wait to see what happens. Donovan's in, Emmett's in, Cameron's in, Sean's in, Connor's in, Devin's in. All right. So we are all in. So the way it's gonna work is I need to write it down, so I will make this happen right after the call. I'm gonna put put all the relevant information for the challenge in the website, the community. In the community there, we'll do that. And it should be pretty self-explanatory. It has rules as well. Tell myself to post the rules. Post the rules. And like I said, we're starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's week 1. We're starting tomorrow. We're gonna get after it. We're gonna follow this thing and see how we improve within 4 weeks. All right. Again, it's stuff we're already doing. We're just adding that level, that extra layer of focus. We step up our focus here, it's going to translate to the field, it's going to translate academically, it's going to translate to life. That's just how it works. We talked about this with the genome conversation. You're in, what you do internally is reflected externally. All right. You develop another layer of focus mentally, it's going to translate to the field physically. And like I said, academics and different aspects of life as well. So I'm glad everybody's in. Let's make that thing happen. All right. So let's go back to the agenda and see where we are. It is 8:41. I think it'll be time to go back and get deeply into the week. Get rid of this. Here we are. So we'll not worry about the weekly goals. Like I said, we have something to worry about here with this challenge over the next 4 weeks. So we'll put weekly goals on the back burner. Want to get after it with this consistency goat thing. And I'm gonna put it on social media as well. And I'm gonna invite people from Instagram on as well. And if you guys have some people that might be interested, do the same thing. Invite them. Some guys from your teammates, invite them. Let's go. You guys, again, guys who need that little extra guidance, that little extra support. Get them on this GOAT challenge. All right. So that is it. So what we can do is it's only 8:42. Let's dive deeply into the guys who had games this week. So the first guy had a game is Connor. You had to split. You had a little black back issue. The first game, how were you mentally during that first game with the back issue?
Well, I was bummed, because I wanted to play. It's my freshman year, so getting an opportunity to play in that type of game is a pretty big deal. But I was really happy to be there. You cheer my teammates on. It didn't turn out in our favor, but I think we still played good. It was 3-1, so it wasn't anything too bad. And then I just practiced and got ready for Friday, and we went out there and handled business Friday.
Did you say the school that's right? Did you say the
Uh,
school?
we played in Marist.
Marist. Okay. So this time last year, if this same situation would have came up, would you think you would have handled it any differently mentally?
Um, yeah, I probably would have been, I probably wouldn't have been as excited to be there, and I wouldn't have cheered my teammates on as much. I would have been more upset that I couldn't play instead of, for the greater cause of the team and just supporting and knowing that and have my teammates know that I have their back.
That's solid, man. So you had a legitimate mindset shift, huh?
Yeah.
Good stuff. And I know your main thing was what, the meditation? That's your main thing?
Yeah, and journaling. I like journaling a lot.
Journaling. Okay, cool. All right, Sean, you had a bunch of games. Let's dive deeply. Be specific. You said you had a hitting slump, right?
Yeah, so early in the season, just wasn't seeing the ball well, swinging through it, everything strike me out a lot. We for freshmen, we played only one game this week because we played a lot last week. During that one game, I went 0 for 1 with the hard fly out and a couple walks. That came around to score to win that game, and then pitched that game. Went 3 innings, threw about 75% strikes, but gave up 4 unearned just on errors. But right after that second inning with all the 4 runs, came back for a third, shut them down. Had a much better handled it a lot better than I think I would have even earlier this year. In this program, doing all the doing everything just really helped me mentally.
You're the meditation guy as well, right?
Yeah, I do meditation typically right before I sleep.
Nice, nice. And how's the home? We talk, you carrying this to the home. How's that going? Communication, all that stuff.
Yeah, I think like in my house, like in home, I used to get really upset after bad games or after something bad would happen. Just not really
Mhm.
doing that almost ever anymore. I'm understanding that it's a tough sport. Everyone has bad days. Just need to come back stronger the next day.
There you go. There you go. I'm curious, who's Mr. iPhone down here in the bottom right?
Sorry, that's Micah, coach.
Oh, what's up, Micah?
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's 8:46. We have time. Why don't you update us on your week? We're in a specific segment of the call. So talk about, your wins, the games, and be specific on the ups and downs and how you handle them.
Sure. Wins. Well, we won. We swept. We won our series. We swept them, so that was good. Not too much mental and physical challenge. They were pretty bad. I mean, that in of itself is a challenge, but um, grades. I did well on my tests, which I was very happy about. I felt that was kind of mental. I felt prepared there, and then this upcoming week, we've got a big series for preparing for playoffs. So
All right, so I'm gonna have to shout you out really quick. So physically, it went really well. So mentally, you were good.
yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I know last week we talked about the freshman, you being a freshman and wanting to step up, and but it's kind of tough being a freshman with the seniors out there. Did you make any progress with that, or did anything change with that?
I did a little. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, not too much, but I'm still talking. I still talk to him about it. Uh,
Nice.
I got a couple of them. That's why I texted you. One of them was kind of interested in it. So
Okay. One of the older guys?
a sophomore. So
Nice, nice. That's good
somewhat.
stuff. Nice. All right. Well, invite him. I can tell you a guy who I think on your Braves team needs to be here. And I just hear by his approach. Is it Keon?
Oh, Kalen. Yeah,
Kalen. He needs to be here. I
yeah. I
think.
could. Well, I could try to get Kalen on here.
Yeah, because it's just the, swinging from your cooler all the time, Uh,
Sure.
I mean, there was a guy back in the day named Ryan Rayburn. Zach, you might remember that name. He was with the Detroit Tigers. And every spring training, he used to show up swinging from his culo every time. And I remember this is right before he had his breakout year, because he probably had close. If he didn't have 10 years in the league, he came close. He was walking up to the plate, and I was talking to the athletic trainer. I was like, "Chickalo, watch this. He's gonna swing from his ass again." And for the first time ever, totally different swing. And we were like, "Uh-oh," because he can rake. He was on Toledo. I think we were in Norfolk still. So it's like, oh, this is a problem. He dropped a bomb during that game, and we went to Toledo. He just lit us up. They came to Norfolk, lit us up. And like I said, not too long after that, he went up, and he just never looked back because he made the adjustment. He just used to swing from his ass all the time. He made that adjustment. I'm telling you, I need to look him up, but he got close to 10 if he didn't get 10 by making that one adjustment, whatever it was. So now Kalen, he's Caden. Caden, I always mess his name up. Caden.
Kalen, you're right.
Kalen. He's young. He's a freshman, super gifted, talented. But when I see him making that same mistake and not
Yeah,
really it not resonating, that's why I think he should be here. You know what I'm saying? Just
great. I
for
agree.
the different perspective, yeah, because it can go a long way with him. And I don't know, when do you guys start coming to Smart Tents again?
It's gonna be a minute. Middle May, I think.
Oh, okay.
Like most high schools don't allow you to do travel, so even
Yeah,
practice. So
yeah, yeah. That makes sense. I get that. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. You don't see him right now anyway, then, right?
no, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out when that time comes.
Sure.
All right. So but that was some good stuff, guys. Way to dive specifically in the stuff the guys that are playing. Let's swing it back to Zach, just because you guys aren't going to get to hear this inside information like this too often. Let's go back to your mindset, Zach. All this stuff's going on. You know, you coming back from an injury, you coming ready to spring training, ready to tear it up. Then you got all this political stuff going on. How do you handle that mentally?
Of course it's tough. So it definitely weighs on you a little bit. But you just gotta stay true to yourself. Know why you love being there, not more so because I mean it's more than just baseball at that point. But you love the game of baseball, so it's like you just kind of push that to the side as you can, and then just go out there and play. So just be the best that you can be, and at the end of the day, that's all you can really ask for as you did as what you feel like you could have done. And left it all out there.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's everything. You have to leave it all out there because when you don't, you're 10, 15 years down the road with your family. You see a baseball game coming on, and in the back of your head, I'm wondering, what if I did this? Because, you know, and you can vouch for this. Those AAA guys are just as good as those big leaguers. They're just as good, but they just can't do it consistently as the guys at the top. So there's something missing right there. Is it, man, do I need to spend more time in the cage? Man, do I need to go, to bed a little earlier? Man, do I need to have better nutrition? Those are the things that a AAA guy might not have thought about in the moment, and X amount of years down the road, he's regretting it. And I can tell you a guy that's the exact opposite of that story. I mean, the exact opposite of that situation. Guy's name was Ryan. I'll think of his name. His first name was Rodney Nye. That's what it was. Rodney Nye. So, and it might sound a little familiar, Zach. So he was the third baseman when David Wright got drafted. He came all the way through the organization. He's in AAA. David Wright got drafted. All he wanted to do is see if he can get called up. That man did everything you can do at AAA. He hit 320. He had 10 plus bombs. He's a big man. He stole a bunch of bases. He won the equivalent of the Gold Glove. He did everything he could do, and the Mets didn't call him up. And we were talking about it towards the end of the season, last couple of games. He's like, man, I'm at peace because I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. I hit 300, over 300. I hit 10 plus bombs. I forget. He hit like 15 or 20. He had a crazy season. He hit these, they say 20 bombs, stole bases, won Golden Glove, whatever the equivalent of, made the IL All-Star team. The man did it all. And he said, 100%, I'm at peace. He left it all on the field, just like Zach said. So, appreciate that story. Appreciate that information there, Zach. Once again, guys, you guys. I saw you. You guys think you want to say anything else, Zach?
No. I'm
You
good.
good? Okay, cool. All right. Well, guys, leaving it on the field. Remember that. I don't care if you're middle school. I don't care if you're in an MLB clubhouse. Leave it all on the field. So we have 6 minutes left. We'll go around the screen. Good turnout, by the way. Let me shout that out. Good turnout. Some of the guys that weren't here couldn't make it. We talked earlier, so great turnout. So we want to go at the top with Devin and just walk our way down with our final mantra, and then we'll call it a night. Go ahead, Devin. Floor is yours.
Just beat the guy in front of you. Like especially if you're in like a second string position, you just gotta work harder than him. If you really want that spot.
Yes. Sean.
I would say be better than you were the day before. Just
Yes.
try and get at least 1% better every day.
Yes, sir. Emmett.
Um, Don't
Nkunka.
focus.
Go ahead.
Don't focus on the past or the future. Always focus on the now.
Yes, very nice. Very nice. Cameron.
Push your limits.
Push your limits. Yes. Got to step out that comfort zone. Yes. Micah.
If you change your thoughts for the good, you can change the world for the good.
Love that one. Love that one. Connor.
Trust the process, and not everything's gonna come at once. So just take time.
Yes, yes. Donovan.
Let's do better. Let's do better than we did last week, and let's make this week even better than last week.
Excellent, excellent. And I guess lastly, Zach, what do you have?
Gotta have fun.
Gotta have fun. Love it, love it, love it. Again, guys, great turnout. It's 8:56, getting out here a little earlier. Appreciate you all. Appreciate our special guest, Zach. I'll see you sometime later this week. And that's it, guys.